What's going on? This is Radical Rides, and guess what? I'm stuck at home. I've been stuck at home all week, and working on the Bronco finally. I'm actually getting a little ways. I feel like I should be a lot further than what I am, but for what I've been doing and for I guess the tools and equipment and materials and stuff like that, I should be faster or feel like I should be further, but I'm not. So, I've just been kind of taking it by, a little bit by a little bit, and I'll show you in the what I'm kind of talking about. All right, see all this right here? It's crap, and the reason why it's crap is because all the seam sealer that they put down from the factory is it. You can see it's corroding underneath. So therefore, same way with down in this corner here and everything, and all the way up through here. This is all garbage looking. So I'm trying to clean all this back out. I'm going to lay down some new seam sealer down. And, I'm going to hit it with the sandblaster too. I'm going to chisel all this off. And I mean chisel, I mean literally chisel. And that's what I'm kind of talking about. I could hit this with, I don't know, a grinder or something else, but unfortunately, grinders cost money, and or grinding wheels cost money, and if I can do something simple as this, basically to chisel this stuff away, then I'm saving myself on materials, because me chiseling and a hammer with this and taking it nice and easy, and the other thing is I'm not trying to disturb the metal. I just want to break off the material that's there. So again, grinders, sanding pads, all that stuff all costs money. Me taking a simple chisel and a hammer and spending a little time and picking at it, it's not costing me anything other than, I guess my own time. So that kind of takes a little bit. And here's some other stuff. I had to fix the roof right here because this whole drip edge rail. Hold on a second. Let me grab a stool. Well, shit. Here, we'll just go to this side. I'll show you this side, because this side's a little easier to get to. And I got the step stool right here. Move my sander. Alright. So, on this corner of the Bronco, in the corner here, on the drip edge rail that goes along the roof, in the very corners on top and on bottom, it was splitting and cracking and kind of popping away from itself. So what I had to do is I had to come in, sandblast it all down, clean up all the rust that was happening, kind of pound the metal back into place, and then I had to literally weld and fill in that whole section, and I had to weld and fill in the cracks that were going on. And now that it's got good clean metal in there, now that it's, I guess liquid metal that I put in there, I grinded it back down, got it all feathered out, and then on the front of the truck, I had a light bar that was attached right in here. And the damn kid that did it prior to, and most others, just self-tap screwed it in there. I hated it because there were just holes in my pillar section. And what do holes do? Create rust. And rust is bad. So I filled and welded both of those 3 holes in, and you could tell it took him a minute to figure out where he wanted it at, because there were more holes than what was actually in the light bar holding it. So I got that filled in, welded, ground down. I got on both sides that all fixed and ready to go. I got on the roof here, I got a few little sand spots here that I sandblasted down and ground out because they were little tiny rust spots that were happening, and even though they were stone chips and they were so minute, I wanted them out because, when I go to bedline this whole entire thing, because that's what I plan on doing, is I plan on coming down here where my channel is, just about right there, right where the channel here is, and then up, because I want to hit the underside of that drip edge rail and the top side, because as you can see, it holds a lot of stuff under there, and I want that filled in, and with the bed liner it'll be watertight completely sealed, and I won't get this popping and rot like I did before. It was kind of a flaw that Ford and, well, I mean, a lot of cars had back in the days when they did this drip edge rail. They didn't seal them very good, and then you'd get some leakage in here, and then it was just bad because it would run all the way down your pillar section, rot out your whole pillar. It was just terrible. So this is now going to get scuffed and taped up for the bed liner. That's pretty much all done. I still got to do the seam seal through here and on the underside of this drip edge rail. I want to seam seal under here. Reason being, well, it's just a little bit more added protection for it. But I'm kind of waiting to do that because I'm trying to finish up all this in here. As you can see, I've already chiseled away the crappy seam sealer like I'm getting ready to do on that side. I'm trying to clean it all up, get rid of all this stuff because, well, I mean, it's just holding rust underneath of here. So if I can sandblast and clean this up, get some new seam sealer down, get some bare metal latch on all of it, the whole back of this floor is actually going to get bed lined. So that's my plan, is the whole inside floor is going to get bed lined. The outside is going to get bed lined. Oh yeah, speaking of, another thing, I have a hole. Reason for that hole is because, well, the piece that was here was rotted. So I'm going to literally make a patch to go right there, and I'll bend and shape it and everything else myself. And the back section on this quarter isn't bad, but I still need to do the wheel wells, and this here I'm actually going to buy a replacement panel. Reason being is this curvature here is hard to duplicate. This is pretty simple. Straight down, a little angle, flat. So, I mean, really, there's just this little corner section here that I'll have to fabricate down to go along with the seam here, you know, how it was originally. But honestly, that's not that big of a deal to where, you know, this is mainly flat, little angle in that direction. This is rolled and bent on a curve, and then it's flat through this section. I just can't duplicate this. I mean, I can, but it's going to be way more welds than what's needed. So the replacement panel that'll come in, it'll come off down to here, and it'll come up and around, and it'll probably come way up to here for a replacement panel. But I'm only going to maybe need just above that curvature there. So same way on both sides of the truck. But I'm getting onto the Bronco. I mean, it seems like I should be further along, but doing the tops of the corners was definitely time consuming because there's a lot of welding, and if the metal was like how it was brittle in some spots, so it just kind of blow through, so I'd have to slowly take my time and build up that metal back in and get it reformed and shaped. And now that I got it, it's done, and so I can get onto that seam sealer like I said. Same way with in the rest of the truck, I'm trying to haul butt, trying to get the rest of the truck ready for the seam sealer as well, because I only want to use one tip. I'll show you here. I got this kid stuff. I got this gun here, and it comes with these tips, and these tips are kind of expensive for a packet of them. Well, they're really not too bad, but when you're talking like $1 here, $2 there, $4 here, $6 there, I mean, it's the stuff like that adds up. And if I can save 3 or 4 of those tips by getting all my work done that I need to seam seal, and then come back in and seam seal it, then it's just that much less material that I'm having to use later on, especially because everything, it all needs to be done. But there's no sense of going back 3 or 4 different times trying to seam seal everything up when clearly I can just wait, hold off for a minute, get the rest of my stuff done, and then come back at it. But I'm actually super stoked to be working on the Bronco. Like I said, I got my one kid got a little sick, and with everything that's going on, I'm home. So my work didn't want me coming in. My wife's work didn't want her coming in. So I'm a painter and everything at work, and well, I can't do my work at home. So, well, from work at home. So I got home projects to do, and I am missing this truck so badly. I had definitely told the wife, like, I'm going stir crazy, not being able to have time to work on this thing, not having a moment to finish it up, because I just want ever so badly to drive my truck. It's killing me. It's killing me. I got my F-150. Beautiful truck. Love that thing. It's glorious for sure. But it's just not the Bronco. It's not the Bronco. And that's what's killing me, is I want to drive this thing so bad. I want to start it up. I want to hear the engine purr. I want to do burnouts and hot rod the hell out of it and run over things and go through the woods, and I miss all of it. And well, I have this little bit of time now, and I'm trying to get it there. And so, really, after I get this patch done, I get that cleaned up, I can get my patch in for here on both sides. Well, actually, just this on both sides. Finish that patch up, sandblast that, get all that taken care of up there. And then, really, I mean, I got just a little bit of sanding from there, maybe some small minor dents or something. But from there, it should really feel like a quick pace movement after that. Because really, the rest of the body is in really great shape. This is all nice, solid, good stuff. So it's been undercoated already prior to me ever owning it. Probably happened, sometime in its early age. And so it's really been maintained most of its life. And that's the reason why I want to save this truck now, is because that little bit is different than having to replace this whole entire section, the whole inner wheel well, the whole inner floor. I had a truck like that, and I had to let it go, and I didn't want to. As much as it killed me, I had to let it go. I had to buy this one, and I'm saving it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm saving the truck, and the little things like chiseling out this ugly seam sealer that they put in and putting some new down, that's just going to keep this truck from rotting out that much further. And because even if I came through, I just quickly sanded it all down. That's what most people are going to do. They're going to quickly buzz it down. If they even do that, they're going to quickly, do some, paint it or whatever, and then they're going to call it a day. Well, this stuff here, they don't realize, like spots over there, these inner corners, and all this seams that they feel is not worth their time of really dealing with. And really, it is a little bit of time. But if they don't deal with that, all that's just rotting out, and you're covering it up. I don't want a Band-Aid on this. I don't want to have a Band-Aid by any means. And I mean Band-Aid, I mean people that just wipe over rust, clear over it, paint over it, do whatever they want to put over it. And then even your trucks that are sold, a lot of used trucks, if they have plastic wheel flares on them, guarantee there's rust behind it. I don't care what you buy. If you got a truck that's got the plastic wheel flares on there, it is rotting out. And the dealerships, and all dealerships, not just some, all dealerships, all car salespeople that are selling their trucks, if they have fender flares on there that are new, guarantee you they are hiding rust on you. Because fender flares are an easy Band-Aid. They cover what's rotting here. I could easily put wheel well covers on this, and you never see it until about, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years. I want to keep this truck for as long as I live. I want to keep this truck. So if I put fender flares on here, a year or two, I got rust creeping up past, or the whole flare falls off because what it was attached to is no longer attached anymore, and it's off the truck. So beware on your used trucks that you buy that's got the fender flares on it, because all you're looking at is just rust underneath. And I don't want to put a Band-Aid on this truck. I want to fix it, repair it, put it back to beautiful, brand new feeling, and enjoy it from there. Because once I can do that, I can rest assure my own self that this was a great product that I just put out. This is a great job that, and even though it's covered and I'll have it bedlined underneath and over top and this and that, it's still rotted metal. It's still wasting away without you even knowing it. And then one day you're going to go, oh, my floor fell out. Well, no shit. You didn't take care of the necessity things like cleaning up all these areas and joints that, that the body connects to, and, cleaning up this backside pillar section that's holding the whole thing together, because it's really them little things that are making up the whole truck. And once you have sections and areas falling out and rotting out, your truck's no good anymore. I mean, yeah, you can drive it for who knows how long or whatever. I mean, I've had definitely beaters that were falling apart to where, like, I had a 90s F-150 and the whole cab just rotted out to where it just fell into itself. And somehow or another, somebody gave me a lot more money than I had into it, and I let them have it. And they took it, mud bogged it, played with it, enjoyed it. And I mean, I had that truck for a couple of years, but it was rotted. I knew it was rotted, but it was a beater, and I treated it like a beater. I ran it through anything and everything, jumped it, and it was on stock suspension, but I couldn't kill that truck. It was a straight 6, 5-speed manual. I mean, it was just an awesome truck, really. I actually love that truck a lot. I miss it quite a bit. I tell my older boys that they really should find one of those trucks, because you just can't kill them. They run forever. They'll never let you down. But, I mean, the cab rotted out on it, and I knew it was going to come. So, and I want to save this truck, make it look amazing. I want it to be amazing, not just look amazing, because that's what Band-Aids do. I mean, you could have a shitty paint, wrap it, and say this is an amazing ride. You still have a shitty paint job underneath. Wraps, I don't care for. Wraps, I don't want to say I don't care for them. I understand a wrap. I really do. You want to change a car up constantly, it's a hell of a lot more process to paint them than what it is just to wrap them. Not saying wrapping them isn't a process and it doesn't take a while, just nowhere near in the same depth as painting a car would be. So, and a lot more money. To be honest, I know paint's expensive, and I want this thing to look and feel and be a beautiful ride when I'm done. So that's what I'm doing here in the garage. I don't know what else I guess I could say at the very moment. It's going. And I'm trying my balls off, but here it is, the Bronco, in a working progress. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. See you guys later.